why I'm starting a new challenge. Yes, it's John, it's Marketing for Owners, the podcast, the place where we help you create your self-marketing company that does all the marketing for you while you're doing other stuff you might want to do, or staying in bed having an extra nap. And if you want to know really how to do all this, because I give you little snippets and little tidbits all over the place, but if you want to know how to do the whole thing, my entire 7 steps process, all you need to do is just go to this webpage, www.freemarketingcourse.co. And as you may have guessed from the title, there's a free marketing course where I will teach you daily how to do it all in 12 days. Yes, the whole shabam. It's easier than you think. I'll explain the entire thing to you. But anyway, I'm just going to go back to this challenge thing. Every now and again, I like a challenge. You know, every Friday we do a weekend challenge. And last Friday, episode 325, I suggested that you might want to try something new. And hopefully over this week you've been doing it, because that was the idea over last week. But one of them was to try a new social media profile. Now, we have to have a presence. We have to grab our profiles on all the available social media in case someone else nicks them when we're not looking. And when people look for us, we expect we can then put our website in and point it back to our website. We can even just put a picture there and say, hey, I'm more active on Twitter, I'm more active on Facebook, or more active on our blog at, simple as that. That's all you need to do if you're not going to use them all. But so I like a challenge, and I want to step out of my comfort zone. Now, something I'm not brilliant with is taking photos and things like that when I'm out and about. And I'm also not really a fan, it's probably the English in me, of telling you all about my life. If you want to know anything, by all means, ask me, I'll tell you everything. It's just that I always feel that you're probably not that interested in me. Now, some people online, people like Pat Flynn and so on, make a fortune. And part of it is because they're very open, very raw, and they tell you everything about them. Everything. Now, it's not my bag, but Instagram is one of the places where you can be very, very real and get to know the real person and the real meaning and the real everything. And so my challenge is so Instagram's not really appealed to me, but recently I've been looking up and I've been reading, I've been watching other profiles, and I get Instagram. I know. For all of you that are thinking, duh, yeah, the rest of us, give us a chance. Hey, we got plenty of people on Twitter, we've got plenty of people on Facebook, and we do our best on LinkedIn. It's a bit harder to get those. But we work and concentrate on certain profiles. When we use Facebook, I might add that as well as doing the free and we get good engagement, we also actively use paid advertising on Facebook, which is the real way to use it. But we have a presence on Pinterest, but I've never touched Instagram. Now, the beauty of this, we have our profile, but there are no posts. So when I start this is from 0. Now, there happens to be 35 followers, but no posts, no nothing. But 35 followers, not sure where they came from because not following anyone, but bless them. Thank you very much. If that's you, thank you. I love ya. But I am going to challenge myself to grow an Instagram following to 10,000 followers. And I might add, just before you think, whatever, no, not through spammy tactics, real, genuine, engaged, actual engaged followers. Now, also, I'm going to work out how to do this. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to develop a system, and then I'm going to tell you how I did it. And as I continue, once I get to 10,000, I'm going to then see if I can half the time to get to 20. And then I'm going to grow it and expand. And everything I find that works, I'm going to do more of it, and eventually try and get that to 100,000. But the difference is there's a lot of people with large Instagram followings. I only want an Instagram following if the people on Instagram are going to convert to be on my list. And so an engaged audience who are interested in what I've got to say and what I have to teach, and who want to learn more, and who want to develop their online presence, and who want to convert that into customers, and who want to make it easy and want to save a load of money by doing it for cheap or free with all the methods we use. And that's what's important. This is what people struggle with, because the real challenge with Instagram is that you can only use it from a mobile phone, so you can't just line up a load of things on your PC or your Mac and just throw them in. B, it's very, very hard to schedule stuff into Instagram, because Instagram does not let all the standard services like, say, Buffer and Edgar and so on API into their tool, and it won't allow them to schedule from that. And Instagram only allows one single link, and that is the link in your profile. So John, how on earth do you get people to join your email list from that? And exactly, that's the challenge, and that's why I like a challenge. So I will be letting you know how I get on. I'm not going to say every day, but I will be recording what I do, every single thing. Which is another good one, is I will be able to point out what did work and what didn't work, and if I learn, I'll show you. But remember, I'm really lazy. I like simple. I like systems. I like it so you do that, and then press click. And you do that tomorrow and tomorrow. I also like batching things. So in fact, I'll talk to you. I'll probably not talk to you about that again. One of the tricks to being productive is to do things in batches. Yes. So at our fire protection company, we produce emails in 3-month batches, 3 months worth at a time, for 3 websites, 4 emails a month. Pretty cool, eh? And that's what I call batching. It takes 2 weeks. And even then, not every day. So we'll come back to that. But I like stuff to be systemized in a way that I can then get someone else to do it, because I won't want to do it. After a while, I get bored and I'll be doing something else. So I will let you know. What challenge are you going to do? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so that's that. I'll let you know how I get on. Next thing, it's Thursday. So it is time for a Drive Time podcast. Now, yesterday we had the fabulous Corbett Bar. A Corbett Bar is of Fizzle, as you heard from yesterday's podcast. Hopefully you were listening. That was episode 328. Just go to the website. Go to marketingforowners.com/podcast/328. Corbett was, when I interviewed Corbett, he's a lovely bloke. And they have a membership website, which is what we're doing with the Owners Gold. And it's great. At the end, he said, if I ever want anything, just let him know. He's got all the time in the world for me. Just let him know. Any questions, he'll answer. And that's the way he comes across in the interview. Now, Corbett is great. He has been around for a long time. Very, very generous with his information. It's one of the reasons that makes him so popular. But he also has a blog at corbettbar.com. The links to all this will be in the show notes, by the way. But I recommend that you listen to his other podcasts, because he's got the Fizzle podcast, but he's got his own, and it's Lifetime Business Weekly. And as you can imagine, it's a weekly. Now, I'm not sure if he does it absolutely every week, but the great thing with podcasts is you can listen to the old episodes, and even if they're from a year ago, they still have relevant stuff. I have people listen to episodes of mine from the start, from a long time ago, and say they picked up notes. Still applies. It's evergreen stuff. I always try to do evergreen stuff. And the same with Corbett. He does a weekly roundup of everything he's learned. He's got a email newsletter there as well that does the same. Honestly, very highly recommended. You may not have heard of him, but he is an extremely popular guy. A lot of people that I've had on have been members of Fizzle and learned a ton from Corbett Bar. So I'm just going to read the description. It says, for people interested in independent entrepreneurship and lifestyle business, Corbett and his wife's an artist, a really top artist, interesting guy. They live between here and down in Mexico, I think. Is it Mexico? And But they travel and they get around and they live one of these internet lifestyles. I do the same between the UK and Canada, and it's intriguing as to how different people do it. Go and listen, you will love it. I will, meantime, go off and figure out a great weekend challenge for you tomorrow, and I'll be back then. See you tomorrow.